Anybody looking forward to the video game Injustice Gods Among Us? If you are, well, DC Comics is giving us a look at Injustice Gods Among Us, the prequel comic book. Now, normally when there's prequel stories, people don't like them. But when it comes to Injustice, when it comes to Injustice Gods Among Us prequel, this is a pretty good one. But maybe that's because it's in comic book form. I don't know. The comic begins, book one, begins with Superman waking up in the morning and he hears our little heartbeat in Lois Lane. So then Superman comes to the terms that Lois Lane is pregnant. And so then he goes over to Batman and wants Batman to be like the godfather of the child or something like that. And meanwhile, Lois has got an ominous call to do a story. And Jimmy's with Lois, and the anonymous caller turns out to be the Joker. So then the Joker shoots Jimmy and kidnaps Lois. So then Superman is looking for Lois, and then turns out that Scarecrow's tied into this kidnapping somehow, but they don't know. And then Superman finds a submarine and then lifts it out of the water. And then after that, we find that aboard the submarine is Doomsday. But then the sad truth turns out it's not Doomsday. It was kryptonite mixed with fear toxin, giving visions of Superman fighting Doomsday, but it turns out it wasn't Doomsday. And he blasted Doomsday into the sky, but like I said before, this fear toxin weared off, and it turns out it was Lois. So then he killed Lois and his child, his unborn child. And pretty much also in Lois was a detonator to Metropolis. So in all, because Superman was under fear toxin by the Scarecrow, Superman destroyed Lois, his child, and Metropolis. So then after that, Superman announces to the world who he is. He's Clark Kent, and that, all the things, all the wars and stuff like that must come to a cease. They must come to an end, or he will end them. And basically, Superman is also looking for the Joker, and he finds the Joker, and then pretty much he just shoves his hand like through Joker's chest, and it comes out, and he kills the Joker by like a powerful punch. So, and Batman tried to restrain him from doing that, but Batman failed, so now the Joker's dead in the Injustice story. And Superman flies to the Fortress of Solitude. God's watching that. I always seen it. And at the Fortress of Solitude, Superman's thinking of what he's done. He killed his wife. He killed his child. He blew up Metropolis because it was a nuclear bomb in Lois Lane's stomach that the Joker put in there. And he's just thinking of he killed the Joker and all the evil that should have been stopped throughout time. And because he was a superhero, he felt that he couldn't stop all the bad things that happen in the world. So Superman is basically going to try to stop all the wrong things in the world. Basically, the issue comic book number 3 of Injustice basically tells us that the government thinks that Superman has crossed the line. He's trying to interfere with projects that the government's trying to do. And so they send Mirror Master to kidnap his parents, Pa and Ma Kent, as for the pretty much for Superman to stop interfering with government projects. But Superman said if the leaders of the world stop engaging wars, then he would stay out of the affairs. But they didn't, and Superman interfered like he said he would. So basically, the Justice League is trying to track down Mirror Master by this point to save his parents, his Earth parents. And as we've seen the trailers from the game, basically this leads up to the point when Superman goes crazy and becomes an evil dictator of the world. And that's what issue 1 started, with Batman looking over Gotham City, and he said it's quiet, peaceful, but not the way it should be. And you see that troops are marching throughout the city, and we see Superman flags everywhere. So basically, in the next few issues of Injustice, we're going to get into more background story of how the events unfold before the video game. But that was basically what goes on in the Justice comic book, and I look forward to get issue number 4 that comes out soon.